I finally defeated Jezebel. Completely destroyed. This house used to be a Jezebel house. There's like a spirit of Jezebel that lived in this house for a long time. And you see I'm sweating. This is no longer a house of Jezebel. I declare this is a house of truth. Jezebel don't live here anymore. The spirit of Jezebel is gone. The spirit of Jezebel is gone completely, not only in this house. I don't know if this works or not, but you can anoint this room, and this room. And this room. And this room. Typifying the blood, anointing it with the blood. And now I can get serious about remodeling this thing. Remodel this whole house. And the Jezebel spirit is no longer welcome here. Anoint this, the yard, the house. Cleanse this whole house. One of the reasons I came in here to put down new floor, new shelving, and just create a whole new feel. Change this environment. Because when I was a kid, maybe 4 or 5 or whatever, I know I was surrounded by witches. And I remember sleeping on this couch. And I saw this cube, kind of like the size of this. It was in my dream. And it was trying to get through. And I said, if the cube gets through, it'll kill us all. It's like I was prophesying and didn't know it. They were probably putting me on drugs or something. And so when the cube, it was like a goal right here. And I was fighting this cube that was floating around. This cube, size of this, but it was more square, more cubic. It didn't have a rectangle. It was a cube, but it was the size of this. And it was floating around right here. And it was trying to get through. I said, if the cube gets through, we're all dead. And so then the Star Trek had the Borg cube. And so what is the cube? I decoded the cube. The cube is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So the cube is the 666 AI flesh mind. And so the cube, when you see the church is raptured up, then the cube, everybody will be tied into the Borg hive, the queen bee Borg, and everybody will have their head cut off, just like the TV shows, the movies, off with their head. So the church that's left behind after the rapture, the ones that get saved during the tribulation, they'll have their heads cut off. And that's the battle. So when you see Iran, USA, you see the East and the West, that is the battle. See, the East is still under law. The East is still under law. The West is under grace. So the battle is in your body. It's the flesh versus the spirit. Are you going to walk in the spirit or walk in the flesh? In the world, it's the flesh versus the spirit. Are you going to walk in the flesh or spirit? I don't know what that car is doing. Let me walk over there and kind of run them off. On the job, flesh versus spirit. In your mind, flesh versus spirit. In the storylines, in the cartoons, flesh versus spirit. Everything is flesh versus spirit. And the flesh is the cube. So the illusions are the AI flesh mind, the cube. Are you going to live in the illusions and delusions, or are you going to live in the truth? Are you going to believe Jezebel's lies that she has your back when she doesn't? She never had your back. It was an illusion. The reason she can convince you that it's real is because she believes it's real for a season. And then when you hit her with truth, she no longer believes it's real. And the whole thing crashes and burns because she loves the lie. She loves the lie. And so, to make a long story short, don't think that wasn't a paid gang stalker. The flesh always persecutes the spirit. No matter where you go as a saved person, the flesh is always persecuting you, you know? And so, you have to wake up to reality. Is they're trying to bring you into bondage, into the cube hive mind, the flesh. And so the reason Jezebel and Delilah chase you is because they're trying to tie you into the flesh mind. And they can't control you in the spirit walk because your tennis court is the spirit walk. Their tennis court is the flesh. That's all they know. And so they can't control you when you're in the spirit walk. They can't even play on your tennis court. But if you play on the Jerry Springer flesh court, they win every time because they're masters at that. That's all they studied their whole life. You can walk in it if you want to, but you're going to suffer loss. You'll have some pain. You will come out of it because God is pulling you out little by little. It's such a strong pull. Here's the thing. They killed Jesus because they couldn't touch him. So sometimes they're ready to take you out. If you really walk in the Spirit, they're ready to take you out. So sometimes you play their little game to pretend like you're falling for it, and you see through it. Yeah, I love you, Jezebel. I'm in love with you. I want to go back to the world system. I'm going to kiss your feet. You're the greatest. You're the greatest queen bee. Worship me there ever was. Please don't leave. Please let me serve you. Let me do your will instead of God's will. See, that's what they want. Let me do your will. Please don't leave, Queen Bee. I want to do your will instead of God's will. Please come back. Please bring that fake reality back. I love that fake reality. I love that fake dream world where you're trying to kill me, but the whole time you say it's love, but you're actually trying to take me out of my calling, my destiny. You think I can lose my salvation, but I can't. But you believe that, so please come back and give me a fake reality bubble. Maybe I like to work. Maybe it keeps me. Maybe doing yard work and working by the sweat of my brow keeps me young looking. Well, maybe all your little fake reality bubbles that you're going to just be king on this earth is fake. Maybe it was all fake reality bubble, They're going to bring somebody into their fake. And most people don't stay long. Let's say they stayed 5 years, They leave. Time is up. And then the cycle's going to get smaller and smaller. What's going to happen is they're going to become more abusive, more irrational, more delusional, more of a God complex. And the more just like King Nebuchadnezzar, he went crazy and God had to stop him. And made him eat grass for 7 seasons. And I don't know if it's 7 years or 7 seasons, but he ate grass until he came to the end of himself and said, God, the true God is the God Almighty from above, Whew, Lord. You think the queen bee system is something when it's actually nothing. It's a fake reality. It's false worship. It's an idol. Not only is it an idol, it's an idol. Idol is idol. Eye candy. Kind of like people say, I'm on the world says, I'm on a trophy wife. Why? I want to save. They should be saying, I want a saved wife. I don't want a trophy wife. I want a saved woman, a spirit-filled woman. I don't want no trophy wife. Although a lot of saved women are trophy wives. And actually, spiritually, they are trophy wives. And so they're more of a trophy wife than the worldly woman, you know. It's a trip. It is a trip. But Queen Bee, Jezebel, starts working on you. They hate men. They hate the patriarchy. They really hate the patriarchy, but you can't get rid of it because that's the way God works. So you know that in Genesis 3, the devil went to Eve and told Eve, you can be your own God. So she was trying to get Adam to worship her, follow her. But then God put a curse on her and says, your desire shall be to your husband, pain and childbearing, and many sorrows, right? So the very thing that Eve was trying to do, it got reversed. When they were there, they were like co-rulers. But she listened to the serpent, and Adam went down with the ship by choice. He wasn't in the deception. Adam was not in the deception. And so it is now. The only women that are not in the deception are the born again women. And they are high and lifted up, and they should be put on a high pedestal, you know. The saved women should be on a high pedestal, like top choice pedestal, because they know what happened, and they know the struggles in their lives. They know there's that struggle to try to rule over the man. They know that. They can see it, and they take up their cross, right? Take up your cross and follow me, Jesus said. If a woman would get saved, find her a saved man, submit to him, and let him lead and guide and take care of her, and she could just zip the lip and quit trying to be Jezebel and just rest in God, trust God, and pray and be submissive. You don't think that man will die for her? You don't think he'd be willing to die for her and sacrifice and work 3 jobs for her? If she was a humble woman, a meek and quiet spirit, you don't think that man will work 5 jobs for her and sacrifice her? Sure he would. And that's why the saved women are mad at the saved men, because we believe the lies of Jezebel. But they understand that Jezebel knows how to play the game for just a couple months, but then you wake up to it and you're like, oh, she's just playing the Draco Ma drama, Jerry Springer trauma bond. So now that we've woke up to the trauma bond, as the saved men, we need to apologize to all the saved women and say, we're sorry, we got deceived, I'm sorry. Jezebel deceived me. I'm sorry I let you down. Every saved man in the world that's got fooled by Jezebel needs to apologize to all the saved women. It's really a trip, to be honest with you. A saved woman actually will save the man's life, and the saved man will save the life of the saved woman. They will actually save each other's life and give them a health, wealth, and prosperity. When you really start to decode this reality, you see that the devil started to divide the man and the woman from the get-go. The devil really wasn't, he knew she couldn't be God. So what was he trying to do? Split up the home. And it's not something new. Everybody says, why is the home split? It's been going on for thousands of years. Moses' wife left and says, you're a bloody man. She went by her emotions. Moses was doing the circumcision, and she said, "You're a bloody man." No, God told him to do it. Lot's wife said, "Curse God and die," because she was going by her emotions. She was a saved woman. He said, "You speak like the foolish women." She was a saved woman, and she said, "Curse God and die." And then God prospered and gave them more children, replenished the whole setup there. Now there's women like Sarah and Ruth. Abraham was called out of the Ur of the Chaldees, and Sarah went with him, submitted, obeying him, calling him Lord. As unto the Lord. Wives, submit as unto the Lord. So Sarah and Ruth, who was it? Naomi's cousin, or who was it that laid at the, I don't think it was Ruth, was it? She laid at the foot of Boaz and said, "Your people will be my people. My people will now be your people." In other words, she said, "Your people will be my people." She took on their name and their nation and their people. What happens with Jezebel? She says, "I don't want to follow you. I want you to follow me." That's the Jezebel spirit. You can always catch it every time. I knew this preacher. He was in love with this woman, and he was going to have to move to another state. And everybody at church said, "No, don't do it, man. Don't do it." I even said, "Don't." I said, "It don't sound right to me," because he asked me. And he went and started moving the process. Within 30 days or less, it was a fight and argument. And he said, "Nah." He went back to his state, and she came out there with her friend, and they were in the elevator and started fighting and arguing. And so the whole game, the jig was up. When he was younger, he got saved out of doing drugs. He was going to burn in hell. And a hole opened up. He said he got saved. God supernaturally saved him. My point is, that is the battle. The Adam and Eve battle still going on. Are you going to believe the lies of the Jezebel spirit? Or are you going to believe the truth of God? Which one are you going to believe? Jezebel or God's word? The signs are everywhere. The signs are everywhere. The signs are everywhere. The signs are everywhere. I'm actually going to turn around right here because I actually am seeing a fractal picture here. I'm seeing a fractal here. I'm seeing a fractal. God is showing me something right here in this little neighborhood. God is showing me something. What is it? What is he trying to show me? The cost of living here is pretty cheap compared to most places. Still, as it grows, it's going to go up, I'm sure. God is trying to show me something right here in this little neighborhood. What is it? I'm gonna walk around the block, walk down here in the morning. What is he trying to show me? I know what he's trying to show me. I know what he's trying to show me. I know exactly what he's trying to show me. That sign on that back of that truck said, "Shoot the local heroin dealer." I know what he's trying to show me. Y'all want to hear it? Somebody needs to hear this message. Somebody needs to hear it, and it might not apply today, but it might apply next year, and you need to remember what I'm getting ready to say the rest of your life. Before you make a decision, I want you to hear what I'm saying to you. You ready? The grass is not always greener on the other side or in another city. You got everything you need right where you're at. You got houses and cars and jobs and nice houses if you want them, and nice cars and nice yards. You got everything you need where you are. The grass is not greener somewhere else. I want you to hear what I'm telling you. And it's usually a trap. Look how green that grass is. The grass is not greener somewhere else. You need to hear me. This is for somebody. Somebody, if you can hear, if this was for you, make a comment. And if this is not for you today, and next week it is, or next month, or in 6 months, make a comment, because this is the message for today. The grass is not greener on the other side. Right where you're at, you can plant seed and make your grass just as green as over there. God is telling me to tell somebody this. I promise you, he was showing me. I went around that corner. It's like in my spirit, he was trying to show me something. Some of these houses are bigger than they look because they go deep. They go way back, you know. Some of these houses have some square footage to them. Like that one right there has got a lot of square footage. And it's kind of peaceful and quiet over here too, look. And it's actually near job. It's like really anywhere you want a job, you got 10 minutes, you can go get a job anywhere in the city. Look how they made their yard look good. Put some plants. Now look how deep, they got a garage back. Look how deep that house is. They got a garage built on the back of that house. Here's the AA meeting right here. That's the AA meeting. Think I'm lying? Let me go over there and show you. I dropped some Uber people off to the AA meeting. Look how green that grass is. All you had to do is go to Lowe's and get you some seed and just throw it out in the yard. This is the message for somebody. When I went around that corner, I thought, oh, what is God trying to say? The grass is not greener on the other side. And if you think it is, go down to Lowe's and throw you some grass seed right there and make that grass green. It's the same dirt. Why do you think the grass is greener on the other side? Are you delusional? What are you smoking? Look at that. They got a screened-in porch right there. Nice one. The carpet, that is nice. It looks clean. The screens are clean. The carpet that's clean. You can do this. Let's see where that AA. This is where people go for the AA. Look at that screened-in porch. They got the little thing hanging down. They said, it's nice. They got a little nice. Look at that screened-in porch. They got a nice setup right there. Look at that. Is this where they do the AA meetings?
It is.
What day? What nights is it? What days are the meetings?
Every day they do a 12:10 and a 5:30.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's the AA meetings right there. When I talk, I'm talking 3 messages at once. I'm speaking 3 things at once. Because everything's multidimensional anyway. All you had to do is snap your fingers and quit drinking. That's all you had. Just make the choice. Come on. You don't even need you don't need a 12-step program. Snap your fingers. Say, I refuse. I have my own free will. I don't have to pick up that bottle, that sugar. The drink. I don't have to do any. It's my choice. You don't have to go to the AA meeting. Just make the choice. The only reason you're going is... I studied it when I first got saved. I studied that. And I thought, what is this about? So I studied it. And one of the things they say is they lie. The biggest lie they tell you is, I'm an alcoholic and I will always be. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta take a picture of this. Where'd you get that sticker with that Wally Cody on there?
I got it online.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just looked it up. I had seen it before.
Yeah.
And they make a smaller one too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just Google Wile E. Coyote sticker.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
I remember that video I did with Wally Cody. It's a fractal, people. The storyline never... Okay, so AA. So when I first got saved, I started studying AA. I never drank, really. When I was in college, we went and drank, Went to the topless bars and got drunk and stuff. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. Stupid. Anyway, so for some reason, somebody's saying something about AA. And I said, let me study their doctrine or whatever they believe. And I come to find out, the first thing they tell you is a big fat lie. That you're always going to be an alcoholic. That is a lie from the pit of hell. No, you're not. Your identity's in Jesus. If you get saved, you're not an alcoholic. You're not a drug addict. You're not anything, but your identity's in Jesus. Your old past is gone. Your identity is in Jesus alone. So quit believing the lies of the system. They want you to believe that you're always going to be an alcoholic, so you're always drugging, so you always go to the AA meeting, so you always go to the NA meeting, so you always go to those stupid meetings, when all you have to do is snap your finger and say, Jesus, remove it from me, please. And he will remove it. It's a choice. You choose that because you're drowning out your consciousness. Because you've done so much evil, you don't want to look at it, but quit drinking, look at the evil you've done, and confess your sin and say, Lord, please forgive me. I shouldn't have done those things. I'm guilty as sin, and I deserve hell. Save me, and give me the strength not to drink anymore. But most people, they would rather live in the delusion than to face the fact that the only reason they're doing some kind of addiction is to drown out some conviction of the Holy Spirit. Look at these stickers on this car. Look at that. She's got a lot of hearts on her car, right? A lot of stickers, but she don't know any truth. Love, 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 but no truth. What kind of love is that? Love without truth is not love. Truth and love are married. Come on, people. You got to start thinking. I just love everybody. No, you don't. If you love the lie, you hate everybody. You're a liar. You're a big, fat liar. I'm a Wiccan. I love everybody. You're a liar from the pit of hell. And you don't want to admit it. You're a liar. I love everybody, so let me put hearts all over my car. Do you have any truth? No, I don't believe the Bible. So then you don't know what love is then. Because if you don't have the truth, you don't have love. Period. Yeah, I got my power back. And I'm going to hit Jezebel over the head till she gets saved. Till she repents. Until she chases me down and like she chased Elijah down.